All right, main event, Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards. Who you got? What do you think and why?
Man, I just as much of a believer as I am in Leon Edwards, there's nothing that anybody in the division is going to do right now for me to pick against Kamaru Usman. I think Leon Edwards has a fantastic shot at it. I think he's going to be super competitive. Leon Edwards has spent a lot of time wrestling, and some of the names he's got on his record are some of the toughest guys to fight. Like, I mean, he's fought Cowboy, Donald Cerrone, Brian Barberina, Luke A. I mean, he's got wins over some of just the guys that nobody wants to fight anyways because it's not that much fun. But I'm going to go Kamaru Usman.
I can't argue with anything you said. Do you know what I mean? It's perfectly logical statements. You know, the man's incredible. Kamaru's a great champ. He's beaten him once before. Both guys have got better. Leon has improved leaps and bounds in his grappling. Kamaru's improved leaps and bounds in his striking. But his confidence and his experience of being a champion, that's very valuable to have as well. I'm kind of in a bad position because if I don't pick Leon Edwards, you know what the narrative's going to be. Because Arnold Allen said this once.
You're a traitor to the crown.
Well, it's not just that, but that, Bisping, he's the only champ from England. He doesn't want there to be another one. Of course I do. I'm itching for the country to be full of them and really make my winning consequential. No. But, I am rooting for him. Of course I am. So I'm going to pick Leon Edwards. I think it's an incredibly tough fight for both men. Leon's not a tough nut to crack. I think if he can keep the fight on the feet, he probably wins.
Yeah,
but Kamaru has more power. Has more power, so I think that's going to be an issue.
And I don't disagree with any of that either. I will say though, if someone is going to come up and I don't know, maybe unexpectedly win the title off of Kamaru Usman, I do believe that it's Leon Edwards because I don't think everyone's kind of like, Kamaru Usman's going to go out there, he's going to have a tough fight, but he's going to just get Leon out of there. And then he's got to worry about Chimaev, and he's got to worry about like everyone. I feel like everyone's kind of looking past it, like. Yeah, it's going to be a tough fight, but Kamaru's going to win this fight. I don't see it like that. Like if someone is going to just beat him,
dude, it's going
to be Leon.
Leon's big. He's fucking good on the feet, man.
Yeah.
So good. And his takedown defense against Bilal was perfect. I just think it's going to be a really tough fight, but just to, support my guy and my countryman, I've got to say Leon Edwards. I'll put 500 Bitcoin down on that.
I don't see how anybody could beat Kamaru Usman right now. So, I mean, Leon Edwards is part of the anybody, to be honest.
Right. That's fair enough.
He's very big.
You know how fucking badass you got to be to just not even wear T-shirts anymore?
Oh, God. I know.
He's just wearing suit jackets.
He's wearing, yeah. But he's fucking rocking it. Did you see that video?
He's too fucking cool. He's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that with sarcasm. Like, I genuinely mean that. Like, if I walked around with the fucking suit jacket and no shirt, people are like, look at this goddamn loser. He does it, and they're like, damn, there's the champ.
There was a shot the other day. Right? And it was Dana backstage. I forget who he was talking to, but Kamaru Usman was in the shot, right? So Dana talking to someone. Fuck, I wish I knew who it was. And they're in the shot between Dana and the person that Dana was talking to was Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman was wearing a pair of like bright red leather pants, right? With a bright red like suit jacket, which was cropped up. It was only like this short. You know what I mean? So it was like all his belly was on display, not a stitch on underneath, no shirt, no nothing, gold chains galore, sunglasses on, right? Looking like fucking Michael Jackson or Eddie Murphy in that stand-up special he did in the 80s, but like cropped down. Hold on. There, look. But looking gangster.
Look how fucking cool he looks.
Yeah. Imagine
I couldn't pull that off.
Oh my God. I would love to see
just shredded on like Jesus Christ.
Where do you even buy clothes like that? Do you know what I mean?
It was probably specially made, probably custom for him.
100 and very expensive. Very expensive.
Very.
I mean, I tell you where I shop, I don't see shit like that. I don't see miniature little red leather jackets with matching pants.
Yeah,
he's got the skin tone for it, though. Do you know what I mean? I think black
he does.
Can pull it off a little bit more. To be fair. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not just that; it's confidence as well. You know what I mean? Because I'd feel so self-conscious.
I know. I'd be hiding around corners and shit. Like he just.
I hope I don't
look at my abs, bitch.
Fucking check me out. I'd be like, I hope I don't bump into anyone. Do you know? Because the first thing all anyone would say to me is, "What the fuck are you wearing?" When Kamaru Usman wears it, they're like, "Fuck, man, the champ's got style."
Right, like, man, he looks cool. He does, man. He looks so goddamn
Pulls
cool.
it off. He does. God bless him. Shout out to the champ. Harrington, who you got?
Just a quick quote from Leon Edwards this week. He said, I was in training, for Khamzat Chimaev, those camps. I was training for 3 different fights. He said, Usman's been active. He's been competing, but he's also been in wars. And he's right? Since June of 2019, Leon Edwards has had 2 fights, one of them a no contest against Bilal Muhammad. Kamaru Usman, 2 5-round wars with Colby Covington, that absolute barn burner with Gilbert Burns in there. I mean, there is some miles on the champion right now that are not on Leon Edwards, and he's been preparing for wrestling with Khamzat. I think Leon Edwards has more than a puncher's chance. I'm going to pick him.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, I agree with
no. Oh, yeah.
No. Okay. I thought he was saying the fact that there's miles on Kamaru's clock. Of course there is. I don't think it's to his detriment at this stage of his career. I really don't.
No, not yet. Maybe more so than Leon, but I don't think either one of them are to a point where you got to worry about it.
All right, listen, a wise man once said, if you conceive, you believe, you can achieve. And then you will turn into a samurai warrior and you'll go down in the history books for the worst pre-fight press conference ever. Paulo Costa, Luke Rockhold. One likes to drink wine the night before and turn up 25 pounds overweight. One likes to show up to his fights as a former champion, but then lose 3 out of his last 4 and get knocked out. One of them hasn't been in the octagon for over 3 years as well. Paulo Costa, Luke Rockhold, all jokes aside, tremendous fight. A lot of respect for both men. Me and Luke have a thing, but he's all right. I see him down at the gym. He's all right. I know you're not the biggest fan of him, but he's all right. He's just, doesn't say the smartest things. I'm whispering because he might hear me. Yeah, but who wins?
I think Luke Rockhold.
You do?
I do. I think I'm going to pick Luke Rockhold. Maybe I do more film breakdown and I change my mind on that before the weekend comes, but my pick will stand here. I think that Rockhold fights or has some similarities to some of the things that Adesanya does. They're both very kick heavy. They're not huge strikers or boxers as far as like the striking goes. I think that Paulo freezes a little bit when he gets big kickers in front of him. I think he does really well in the boxing range, not so well. He certainly did against Izzy. Yeah. So I think there's that. And I think that if Rockhold decides to check his fucking ego for one time in his life, just one time, shoot a fucking takedown, like a real one. Mm-hmm. Shoot an actual fucking takedown, and you will finish people. Not everybody. Like he had a tough time with Jan Blachowicz. Blachowicz has got pretty good takedown defense, and he's significantly bigger. But just shoot a goddamn takedown for once in your life and get on top of somebody and get a finish or whatever. I think if he can do that, and I hear some things a little bit differently from Luke recently. It seems like he's kind of gone through some shit, and it's seemingly maybe humbled him a little bit. If he even humbled him 10% enough to get him down to shoot a takedown and show off some of his top game and just stay safe on the outside, tuck your chin, keep your fucking hands up. That 10% ego check needs to mean like bring these fucking things to your face and protect yourself. I truly believe Luke Rockhold has more than enough skills and abilities to beat Paulo Costa if he hasn't gotten old in the last 3 years.
Well, that's it. I don't think he's got old because, again, as I said,
he looks great.
Oh, he looks awesome. Do you know what I mean? He's still as ripped as he ever was. I see him in the gym. He's still doing his acrobatics and shit like that, standing on wobble boards. And I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's an interesting scenario. He's going to go through the legs of Chito Vera. Look at the balance on the man. I think that's more impressive for Chito, let's be honest.
He's the only goddamn guy I know that I see in pictures training in long sleeve shirts all the time.
All the time. Again, he could pull off.
He's too cool.
He could pull off the pants and he could pull off the Kamaru Usman outfit.
He could.
I'd look like a total dickhead again.
Oh, yeah. With my beer belly hanging out because I'm out of camp after a couple weeks.
Yeah. The big question is, can he take a punch? That's the big question to me. I
don't think that's a question. I think it's been very clear.
Well, I don't know if it is because I understand your logic. 3 out of his last 4, he's lost by a knockout. But Yoel Romero is a beast. Jan Blachowicz was a former light heavyweight champion. I was swinging for the fences because I knew I couldn't go 5 rounds. Do you know what I mean? So, it sounds bad, but then when you look at it closer, it's like,
Well, I don't think it's a chin thing. I guess I got mixed up right there. It's not his ability to absorb damage. It's his bad defense. It's just like
He does have
when you
bad
say
defense.
he has
hands are low.
terrible punch defense. It's just bad. His hands are low. His chin is up. His legs are wide. Like there's nothing in his stance or the way that he fights that is cohesive for absorbing punches. Nothing he does. Chin up, hands down, stance wide, feet flat. It doesn't work. All of that is wrong. So and that's what I mean. If he hasn't changed that, it's tough. Like if he hasn't humbled himself enough to say, I got to fix that.
He needs to make changes. He needs
100%.
And it's his first time doing a full camp with Perillo, and I guarantee Perillo's been on his ass about that. So hopefully we see him make some changes just purely for Perillo's benefit more than anything. But so you got Rockhold?
I am.
Yeah,
I got a lot of respect for Perillo too. Like he gets to people in a way that a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? Like he just seems to, I've never worked with him before. We've talked about it a bunch of times, but
if you ever want to come down and do some work, buddy, come stay.
Yeah, he's one of those 3 or 4 coaches in the world that I'll regret if I never get an opportunity to at least spend a week or a couple weeks with them just learning. So if like the more I see Luke with Perillo, the more confident I am that at least the really, really detrimental mistakes that he makes, I think are going to be smaller.
All right. So there you go. So we've both got Rockhold in that one. Brandon Harrington, if you want to chime in,
you're picking Rockhold too? Wait. You're picking Rockhold too?
I'm going to go Rockhold. I'm going to go Team Ruka. I'm sporting the shirts.
Look at us. We're better people now.
We're better people.
For all the reasons you said, right? I think, Paulo Costa just fired his manager. He appointed his girlfriend as his manager. It feels
never
like
a good sign.
There's just a lot of turmoil going on with Paulo Costa right now. Luke Rockhold seems to be focused.
He's gonna have a box of wine the night of weigh-in, sitting in his fucking hotel room.
Did you see?
Because I'm sending it.
Did you see Luke's quote, by the way, about what his plans after this fight?
Yeah, with Helen Yee.
I believe so. Yeah, he said that a title fight is the only thing he sees next for himself. He is not stepping in the cage for anything less than a title off of a win against Paulo Costa. It seems like he's focused, driven, and motivated to get back to those championship heights. And I see no reason to doubt him. I'm going to pick Luke Rockhold.
But that's
I don't like him talking about like the next fight. I don't like that.
I think everything you guys said makes perfect sense, and the math all adds up. But I'm going to go with Paulo Costa because he makes me laugh on the internet.
Yeah, he needs to leave me alone too. That sounds like
Did he give you a bit of shit, Anthony?
Oh yeah, he's hit me with his Twitter memes and stuff. It's not the personal. He's just fucking with people online.
Yeah. Is that him? Is it him or his manager or something? Because if it is him, he's got a great sense of humor.
I think it's him.
I hope it's him.
Yeah,
I think it's him. Brian's breakdown just reminded me of that Derek Lewis breakdown I talk about all the time, where it's like Derek Lewis is fighting Curtis Blades, and it's like Curtis Blades is a fantastic wrestler. He's got better cardio. He's a better striker. He's a better grappler. He's a better athlete. He's got more power in a lot of places than Derek Lewis. With that said, Derek Lewis by knockout.
yeah, exactly.
And that's what happened.
Oh God! All right, real quick, we'll just run through the rest of the main card, and then we'll get to some questions, and then we'll all go about our days. Aldo Merab Dvalishvili, wrestler in Dvalishvili, taking on Jose Aldo, legend of the game. We all know. I'll say right now, I think Jose wins this because Merab is really tough. He's really good. He's a little hittable, and he's a great wrestler. Jose Aldo built his career on defending takedowns and beating people on the feet. I think Jose still got it.
I think Jose still got it. I have seen. I don't know. I'm going to go Merab. I'm going to go Merab. I think he's going to have a tough first round for sure, but I think he's going to really pressure and wear Jose out a little bit. I mean, it's at some point in time.
He's a tough bastard, isn't he? Though
he's a tough motherfucker. He's so
a
tough
little shit, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a likable guy as well.
He's so likable. He's funny.
He's always got the biggest smile on his face.
He's just happy to be here, bro. And that's not in a way where like he's resting on what he's done already. He's just so grateful to be in the position that he's in. He works harder than anyone that likes, Chris Weidman said he works harder than anybody's ever seen. We got the same manager, so we're at some of the same events together, for our management company. Really, really, really nice guy. You'd like him a lot. Ladies, man, too, I hear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No. I've been around Merab a little bit, so yeah, God bless him. Good for him. Marcin Tybura Alexander Romanov. Romanov coming into this one, I believe, 16-0. At least that's what Wikipedia tells me when I look at it right there. 6 knockouts, 9 submissions, going up against Tybura. Tybura, big, strong, heavy guy. I've got Romanov. Romanov, undefeated, 16-0. Tybura's good, but he's a little inconsistent. The fact he got to 16-0 as a heavyweight, that says a lot about his potential future. I'll go with Romanov.
Yeah, for the same reasons. I like Tybura. I don't want to call him the gatekeeper type of guy, but there's always a level of opponent he's definitely going to beat, and then everyone else you're not so sure about. Romanov seems like the type of guy that he's only going to lose to real elite guys.
Correct, Mondo. And then opening up the main card, Tyson Pedro, Harry Hunsucker. Harry Hunsucker was on the contender for Jared Vanderaa, got beat in the first round, but prior to that, looked really, really good. He's got fast feet, fast hands, but he's too small for heavyweight. Far too small. He's coming down to light heavyweight. Tyson Pedro, good guy, good grappling, good heavy hands. Good fight, this one. It's a close one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know more about Tyson Pedro, so right now I'm going to pick him. I haven't dug too deep into my research on some of those lower fights yet, but I'm going to go Tyson Pedro.
Do it.
Because the only sample size of information I have on Hunsucker is his contender series, which it's not great.
Did it go well?